up, YouTube? What's up? What's up? Check, mic check. What's up, man? What's going on? I ain't did a live. I ain't did a video in a minute. But, check this baby out. Yeah, that's a bad boy right there. Whew. And you got the Skull Crusher right there. Bad boy. Sheath. Awesome. This is strictly used for survival. I don't take this out. You would get arrested, locked up. This is for home and in case of emergencies. Very serious emergencies. All right. But we ain't come here to talk about that today. We came here to talk about the elections. All right. So that's what we're going to talk about. What's up, man? What's up, Carl? How you doing, brother? Yeah, so hit that like button. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that like button and share this shit out, all right? Because it seems that we all forgot. And we all forgot about that. It's not an election. It's a selection, all right? We knew this after George Bush. We knew that it was a selection, all right? But if you don't remember the operation to get Obama in office, that was, vote or die and all that. That was deployed to get the people that really didn't believe in the system who knew that the system was rigged, that no matter who we voted in office, right? No matter who we voted for, it wouldn't make a difference. All right. How do you think Trump won? All right. How do you think Trump was able to win the election? He was able to win the election for the simple fact is that he wasn't a politician. He wasn't talking about the issues about other people's, and he said that he was going to go in there and get it done. That politicians would talk all that shit, but then when it came down to business, they wouldn't deliver. All right. So that's how Trump was able to get in office. All right. So ever since Obama ran his first time, they've been manipulating the public, thinking that we've got a perception, we've got a decision on who becomes president. All right. Now I know y'all believe that we do, because how could we not? I mean, if we didn't have that, they the Democratic Party, they would have got Trump out. They wouldn't even have made him come president if they could have won the election, right? But you got to understand, all this is done by design. All right. This is all done by design. You must understand that we are the shining hope of the world. All right. If America falls, the rest of the world will fall. Our laws and statutes is part, we are on a level that nobody else is on. All right. And in order for this new world order that you heard George Bush Sr., George Bush talk about, and many others, all right, this consists of a one world government, one dictatorship with religion, everything wrapped up in one, all right? It's going to be one world government with a one world religion, a one basically police with sections, with different, places where a ruler rules over you, right? But it's all going to be one world. You see what I'm saying? With a currency, a digital currency, right? A mark to identify you as being owned. It's going to pop off tomorrow with this election happening. Too many people are brainwashed. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's what I'm gonna get on to my new point, Carl. Very soon, you're going to hear it. What's going to happen is, man, I'm telling you the layout that how elections are predetermined, all right? Not only are elections predetermined, but the whole course of that election is predetermined, all right? It's predetermined. So, with that being said, if you don't know about the Bilderbergs, where before any president gets elected, they've got to go to the Bilderberg meeting and they've got to, have a private meeting with some of the top people that run the world, before every election that happens. All right. And that's on the basis, that's what I'm trying to get here. That's on the basis of how Trump won. You got to understand, people lost interest of the system. We knew that that it was a selection, right? Trump ran off of that and he won. All right. And all the people that really knew that were the people that wasn't asleep. The people, the militias of this country, the people who literally could wake a lot of more people up and change their outcome. All right. So, it's never, ever a president in human history. I think there's one president, all right, that wasn't related to the king of England, whatever his name was back in the day. I forget his name. I can pull it up. But I posted it on Facebook a couple weeks ago. But, all right, a little 12-year-old girl figured out that every president was related to one guy. Even Obama, all right? Even the first black president, Obama, all right? He's related, his mother was white. So, yeah, that side goes deep down into a kingdom, a king line. He's got kingdom blood in him. So does Trump. And this is the way it says. Whoever, the ever two people running for office, they both have kingdom blood in them. They both have that blood, that bloodline, all right? Don't matter how far it goes back, they both have it. Now, they say the one with the most purest of the bloodline more than often gets the election, all right? This is what they say, all right? If you don't know this, you can look at other YouTube videos. We're not here to do all that. That's another video, all right? But you should know this already now. You should know this by now. So, that's number one, all right? In the Bible, even in Revelations, it don't talk about presidents, all right? It talk about kingdoms. The kingdoms of the earth, all right? People say, oh, well, America ain't a kingdom. Yeah, America's a kingdom. Because that kingdom bloodline still runs in America. It's not an election. It's a selection. You must understand this. With that being said, all right, who in their right mind, except for this younger generation, right? Who with especially the black community, all right? Who in their right mind would vote for Biden? I'm just putting that out there right now, all right? Who would vote for him? He has written every law that destroyed black communities for the last 40 years, all right? Literally, dig it up. You want to talk about racial talk and racial slurs while trying to and just talk and passing these bills? I mean, you must understand that the media, my friends, the media, this television is very powerful. It's very, very, very powerful, all right? It can implant thoughts and many more things into your head without you even knowing it, all right? You won't even knowing it first. It'll do it in the subtle, slightest way because it goes through your subconscious, all right? If you don't know about your subconscious mind, study that, all right? It's a must that you study that, all right? The subconscious mind is amazing, to say the least. However, now, with that being said, I don't know if you guys ever heard of Social Engineering 101, all right? But this is something that their people's jobs, their sole jobs from a day-to-day basis is to do nothing, all right? But social engineer and move pieces to the chessboard to see and to social engineer us, all right? That's their job, all right? To lead us to a certain outcome. Because not only do you need the brainwashing, the media, but you need other mechanisms going with that. It's multifaceted, all right? So we're going to get to this election here, man. We're going to get to the election here. I just had to tell you that backdrop because you need to know, you have to know that, all right? If you don't know that, you think everything's lollygaggy, that, you know, we've got a voice, all right? No, we've got the voice that they give us. The voice that the media tells you what voice to do, that's the voice that you're going to do. All right? Now, with that being said, it's kind of odd, man. What strikes me odd is I've been trying to figure out, because you must know the agenda, all right? The agenda is to get everybody chipped. This is the agenda. The agenda is to get everybody chipped. They no longer have these hand chips. They got them still, but they're obsolete. All right. They now have. I'm on live, buddy. All right. They now have hydrogel. That is literally. They could use that, and it could be a chip. Look up hydrogel. All right. Look up these vaccinations. These I shouldn't have did that, but look up these things, and you will see. All right. I don't want this to get too censored, because they will censor it if you use certain words. So look up what happens. All right, now this will be your whole body. This is no longer something, a device that you can take out of your persons and toss it and you're good. All right, no, this is going to go, and this is going to go in everybody. Everybody will get this. All right. Nobody on the face of the earth will not get this. It's just that the people in power are going to get a much better one. You're not going to get that. All right. But everybody's going to be subjected to this. This quote unquote, you know what I'm talking about. All right. Now, T-Man done already said how he was going to do this. Exactly, brother. Now, T-Man already said, Trump already said how they were going to do this. All right, they were going to use the military. And you must understand, it's too much to go into this thing, but how they do this and how they operate, they'll roll out little things and have you on that and have you used to that, get warmed up to the idea, right? Then they'll bring out the stuff that really matters. And you already warmed up to the idea of it, so it's all good now, right? Because your psyche done warmed up to the mask being placed over your mask and not being able to go into stores because you got a mask on your face. So what comes next? Well, if you don't have a vaccination, you can't come in this store. If you don't have a vaccination, you can't fly this plane. If you don't have this, you can't do this. You can't go back to work. You're useless. So that's the agenda, all right? Give me 1 second. I got to use the bathroom. 1 second. So now, that's the agenda. That's the main agenda, all right? So, they need boots on the ground in order to do that. They can't just be like, we're putting them out there now. It's going to scare the people, all right? So they need the boots already on the ground to prevent this, all right? Without messing with the people's psychic, right? And getting them all worked up and scared, right? They're going to do it in a subtle. You remember, you got to understand, the beast, this system works subtly. It's very subtle. Just as the serpent whispered, he was very subtle to Eve in the garden, all right? He was very subtle, you know? It's the same way, all right? That's how we're in this predicament now. You see what I'm saying? So, with all this being said, don't get it mixed up and confused if Biden wins. Because I done went over this in my head 1,000 times in the last couple months. What would be the better way to get boots on the ground? Because it needs to get rolling fast. It needs a very, very high acceleration force. All right. So what could do that? What could do that? Now, we could all argue and we could say that, well, Trump getting elected would do that, right? But it would to a certain degree. But I really believe to the mass effect, the most acceleration would be if Biden won. Because it's not that many people out there voting for Biden. Trust me, it's not. It's not. And if they say they are, they're lying to you. They're lying to you just like last time. Because the media's got so many people scared and brainwashed, people don't want to tell the truth. People ain't bold and people don't have a backbone and a heart to even tell the truth, who they're going to vote for, who they see. No, because at that last minute in the stand, they're going to vote for Trump. That's what they're going to do. You know what I mean? I mean, it's done came out so much stuff about Biden. Who in their right mind would not? Who wouldn't do it? I mean, who? You must be living on Mars or Jupiter or something to want something like that as our commander in chief. All right, you just must. Something's wrong with you, dude. You're a nihilist and an atheist. That's what you are. You're a nihilist and an atheist, and you just don't give up about nothing. That's my resolve with it. That's my resolve with it. All right. You don't care about the future of this society. You don't care about the future of the nation. You just don't care. All right. Because the facts are that Joe Biden, he shouldn't be president. It would be detrimental to this to this great land, America. All right. It would. That would take the superhero that everybody has put all their hopes and dreams into, all right? Instead of putting him into God, all right, they've been putting him into man. Putting him into man. Putting him into man, all right? It wouldn't surprise me if it worked out that Biden did win. Because let me tell you something. It would be a slap in the face for man putting so much faith into other men. That's what it would be. Let's get real. That's what it would be. Once you know scripture and you know that's what it would be. All right? Not only that, this is Mystery Babylon. All right? America, whether the Masonic lodges formed that up to be that, God uses people. So if he used them to do that, to judge America, to tempt us and to judge us, then it's happening, all right? Whether we want to think that man's doing it or God's doing it. Because God works through man. You see what I'm saying? So we are Mystery Babylon. If you don't know, read scriptures, all right? Everything. Now these books was written thousands of years ago, all right? Everything in them is coming to fulfillment. Is this man doing it, or is this God? All right? I happen to feel that, and once you know scripture, God works through man. All right? Whether for the wrong or for the better, it's all for the betterment of mankind. You see what I'm saying? So we America, I told y'all, man. I told y'all. This winter will be hard. This winter will be chaotic. All right? And then, if you think it ain't, just look. Just look what's this summer. Just look at the summertime. We've got the 17-year locust plague coming to the eastern shoreboard. The 17-year locust plague, all right? Do you even know what happens when the locust plague comes? Besides all the food getting eaten up, all the vegetation. Do you know? Well, my friends, it does something to America's defense systems. All right. For a number of days, every 17 years, I think it's like for 3 weeks or something, our missile detection systems are useless. Listen to me when I tell you this, all right? Come summertime, spring, our missile defense systems for about a month would be useless. Useless. I don't think the enemy knows that. You don't think that? Trust me, the enemy knows that. All right. How do you think this C-19 came about? How and why? Like I said, whether it's God doing it or what, it's happening. It's happening. Just as it says it was. If you don't know, read scripture. Right? It's happening. Where did this come from? China. Right? China. What is China? A communistic state society. Right? Well, what is Russia? A communistic state society. So, what are these movements going on in America right now? That sprung up here. My dog got to get let out. Come on, get out there. What are these movements that sprung up just as our militias? Right? Just as our militias, they're not racist. Don't listen to the media. There's black militia, white militia, Chinese militia. You name it. If there's a race, you got it. You got a militia member for that. Because that's the beauty of America. All right? Especially nowadays. You know? You can be anything you want to be. All right? There's no race. We don't look at race. I don't look at race. I look at character. I look at a person's character, all right? And you should too. So, that's their agenda. This is Lloyd. This is now, they've got what they've called a Bethica Pisces, I think it is, all right? It's two circles in one, all right? So you got two forces. You got this force, and then you got this force. Thank you, cuz. You got two circles in one. You got a middle circle, and then the outer regions of the two circle, all right? Boom, you got two forces, right? You rub them two forces that you created, all right? You created the division amongst the people, right? You created the people that want Biden to win, Obama, Democrats. Then you got, the right. You got two opposing forces, right? That will rub themselves up. This is Psychology 101 and how to social engineering, all right? You rub them two, you create them both, right? That you created over time. you rub them two together, have them fight, right? That will lead to synthesis. What you wanted the whole time. It's what you wanted the whole time. All right? And as you're doing this, you're slowly building up this other system that you want in place. So Biden winning would bring, I believe, the most hurt to America. Now, it also says that the bear, in Revelations, it says the bear, which is Russia, will come from the north at a time when America is dealing with revolutions. At a time when America is dealing with revolutions and we're too busy caught up with it, that's when we would get it. All right? So whether it's going to happen now, the start of it, Biden wins, it's mass confusion, and then out of all that chaos, that happens, or Trump wins, a little bit confusion, slow, because I don't be in an accelerating force like that unless they done moved in to go along with the people that are brainwashed. Because even though to some of those people that are brainwashed, they're not going to go out and riot and break shit down. You know what I mean? If their candidate loses. You see what I'm saying? But the nihilists and atheists will. All right? So if you didn't watch my one video, The End Game with Walter Veith, Professor Walter Veith, I implore you to do so because that is the end game. All right? Now you got to understand that was created in 1870. They've added to it, but that's the framework for it. All right? That is basically the framework for it. They created the First World War to end the Tsars in Russia, right? The protectors of orthodoxy. They were the protectors of orthodoxy Christianity, all right? They got rid of them. That was for the First World War. To get rid of them, all right? To bring about a communist state, right? Because they need this for the end times. So they needed that communistic state to build that up, all right? The Second World War now was to build up the other side, all right? The Israel, build her up, found her. Now people got in their mind it's end times because Jesus said that when you see Israel become a nation again, know that this generation shall not pass. All right? So that's what the heck happened. It's getting deep, guys. Make sure you got what you need, man. Make sure you're going to protect your loved ones. You got everything you need. Because these next few weeks are very precarious. It's going to be very... You just don't know, all right? You just don't know. You just don't know. Because if you knew, if all you guys who think you know everything, you see, that's what's wrong with people these days. Their egos are so effing big, all right? Their egos are so big. They think they know everything, all right? They think they got the world figured out. And then even if they do kind of think that they don't, their egos are too big to even accept it. They don't want to change. They don't want to, even try to change. You know what I mean? Because of their egos. And then their egos are being reinforced with media, with everything. With everything that they see and hear, their egos is being reinforced. So, I know that whoever wins, it's all planned out, all right? What would bring the most destruction, the most fastest to get in the military, to bring in the military, would be Trump losing. Trump losing would be the easiest and fastest way to have the military on the ground, to cause the most chaos. Because you got to understand how these people work is ordo ab chaos. Ordo ab chaos. Order out of chaos. All right. That's the verse. That is the verse of Masonry that they use. All right. That is it. Ordo ab chaos. Order out of chaos. It's simple. It's very simple if you can comprehend. All right. They bring order and change, new order of the ages, new change out of chaos. You got to bring in the chaos to social engineer, to rub each side up, and then you're shaping your new world order. You see what I'm saying? So, this shit's real. It's going down. I'm not here to tell you who I think is going to win, because I know that they're all selected, that it don't matter who wins. Don't matter. You know why? Because God is in control, whether through mankind or not. Scripture's already been written about this. If you don't know what America is, go look it up. Go look it up in Revelations. Go look it up in Jeremiah. All right? Hey. So, I love y'all, man. Don't be surprised if Biden wins. All right? Don't be surprised. They said they wasn't going to lose this election again to make you think that. Every war that's been fought in the last 200 years has been, they've controlled both sides. Freemasonry. They've controlled both sides. So that they know the outcome. You think these people are going to go to war and shit like that? They don't know the outcome. They own both sides of the damn coin. They can't lose. These people don't move if they got a shot at losing. They own the whole spectrum. Wake up, America. Subscribe. Hit that like button. As always, we're all slaves to society. I love y'all, and peace.